Here's where you'll learn everything you need to start marketing your Kickstarter campaign before you launch it. For example, lessons in this module will cover topics like how to build your pre-launch landing page, how to build a pre-launch community that can't wait to back your project, and even how to run meta ads. But in this lesson, we're going to talk about the basics first. You're going to learn why pre-launch marketing is important, how to set up your pre-launch marketing, and the pre-launch marketing timeline. Let's start with understanding why pre-launch marketing is so important. You may have seen campaigns that have raised thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars on the very first day they've launched. How did those creators do that? Well, it wasn't luck. It was because these creators focused on good pre-launch marketing. The goal of pre-launch marketing is to build a community interested in your project before you press the launch button. By having this pre-launch community, you can launch your Kickstarter with confidence because you won't be starting from zero. Instead, your campaign can have a wave of early support, which will make it way more likely that you'll hit your funding goal quickly. And hitting your funding goal quickly will lead to three main benefits. First, your campaign may get more visibility on Kickstarter, especially in the popularity rankings. Getting more visibility can bring additional funding from Kickstarter's community. Second, your campaign will have more social proof. All that means is that because people have backed your project, other people are now more likely to back your project too. And third, your campaign will be more likely to attract press. Standing out in front of journalists can be difficult, but getting funded quickly can make your project more newsworthy, which is very important when you're trying to get into the news. All right, now you understand why pre-launch marketing is important, so we can check that off. Next, let's talk about how to set it up. Setting up pre-launch marketing is pretty simple. It breaks down into three parts. First, a platform to collect pre-launch followers. Second, a way to send people to that platform. And third, a way to talk to the people on your pre-launch list. Let's start with the first one, a platform to collect pre-launch followers. This is a place where potential future backers can sign up to get notifications about your Kickstarter launch. You have a couple different options here, but my top recommendation is to set up a website, more specifically a landing page. A landing page is where you can share information about your project and give people a way to leave their email address to be notified about your Kickstarter launch. Besides using a landing page, you could also use platforms like Kickstarter's pre-launch page, a Facebook group, or a Discord server. Now let's move on to number two, sending people to your platform. My recommendation here is to use meta ads, which includes Facebook and Instagram, but other options could be your friends and family, social media, and/or influencers. Lastly, let's talk about communicating with your pre-launch list. My favorite way to send updates to a pre-launch list is to use an email marketing service like MailChimp, MailerLite, or Klaviyo. But depending on which platform you use to build your pre-launch list, you may have to use a different option, and we'll talk about those more in later lessons. To make this all even more clear, here's an example of the pre-launch marketing for the campaign LaFleur. This is a project by Dusty and Amy Droz, who we've had the pleasure of working with on 2 projects now. So looking at LaFleur's pre-launch marketing, it all started with an ad on Meta. This is what grabbed someone's attention and invited them to learn more about the project. Next, they were taken to a landing page. The landing page explained more about the project and asked the visitor to put in their email address to be notified about the launch. When someone entered their email, their information was sent to an email marketing platform. LaFleur used email marketing to communicate with their pre-launch email list and announce when their campaign launched on Kickstarter. And largely because of their pre-launch marketing, Dusty and Amy were able to raise over $162,000 on the very first day of their launch. We'll show you in a later lesson how to set up each part of the pre-launch, but right now I want to share a quick note. All LaunchBoom creators get access to LaunchKit. This is our all-in-one software solution featuring an easy-to-use landing page builder, detailed analytics, and AI-driven copywriting assistance, all designed specifically for crowdfunding. You can go to launchboom.com/launchkit to get more information. All right, now you have an overview of setting up your pre-launch marketing. Let's wrap up with the pre-launch marketing timeline. The rest of the lessons in this module will cover each step that we recommend for a successful pre-launch marketing campaign. The first thing we'll cover is getting everything ready so you can start building your pre-launch list. This includes your pre-launch landing page and your advertising assets like photos and videos. Next, we'll talk about how to test your meta ads to find what works and what doesn't. Once we find what works, we'll cover how to figure out how big your pre-launch list should be and how to increase your ad budget in a cost-effective way. Okay, but now you might be thinking, how long does this all take? Well, it varies from campaign to campaign, but we typically see creators taking somewhere between 8 to 12 weeks to build a big enough pre-launch list. And once it's big enough, then you'll be ready to launch your Kickstarter campaign. All right, that wraps up this lesson. Now you have a solid understanding of what pre-launch marketing is and why it's so important. Jump on over to the next lesson and we'll see you there.